Today I am going to solve some important problems of question first of exercise 3.3.
Exercise 3.3, question 1. In that, question number 6, it is evaluate integration of log x whole bracket square into dx. Solution is, let I is equals to given problem, that is I is equals to integration of log x whole bracket square into dx. Friends, if we recall, we will observe that there is no formula for integration of log x whole bracket square. So we have to solve it by some proper method. So I have taken here 1, so that this term becomes log x whole bracket square into 1 into dx. Now friends, I have seen that here are two functions. First is log x whole bracket square and the another function is 1. So it is product of two different functions, and if there is a product of two different function and if there is integration of that function, so we have integration by parts. For that we need first function and second function, and for finding first function and second function we have Lie rule. If we apply Lie rule here, then we will get by Lie rule, L is first, L means logarithmic. So here logarithmic function is present. So our first function, that is u function, will be log x whole bracket square. Second function will be 1, that is v is equals to 1. And by applying integration by parts, we will get that formula is integration of u into v dx. It is equals to u into integration v dx minus integration of derivative of u into integration v dx into this dx. If we put our values of u and v function, then we will get integration of u is log x whole bracket square into v is 1 into dx. It is equals to first function, that is log x whole bracket square into integration of 1 dx minus integration of derivative of first, that is derivative of log x whole bracket square into integration of second, that is integration of 1 dx into dx. Hey friends, here log x whole bracket square into 1 dx, this integration is denoted by I. So we put I here. Then this term remains as it is. Integration of 1 dx is x minus this integration remains as it is. Now here derivative of log x whole bracket square. This term looks like derivative of x raised to the power n, and the formula for derivative of x raised to n is n into x raised to n minus 1. So after applying that formula, we will get 2 into log x. Here f of x is log x. Log x raised to the power 2 minus 1 means 1. There is no need to write 1 on the index. Then after, this is log x. It is more than x function, and if the function is more than x, so we have to differentiate it again in multiplication. That is derivative of log x, and derivative of log x is 1 upon x into integration of 1 dx. It is x, and this dx remains as it is. In next step, this term remains as it is, but I write this x before that log x square, x into log x whole bracket square minus, here 2 is constant, so I have taken it outside of that integral. 2 into integration of this term is log x, and here denominator x get cancelled with numerators x, so the term remains is 2 into integration of log x dx. Friends, again the same problem arises, that here is integration of log x dx, and we don't have any formula for integration of log x dx. So the same method I will apply here. This term remains as it is, minus 2 into integration of, I have taken 1 in multiplication of log x here. Then this term remains as it is. After applying integration by parts, in this term we will get the first function will be by Lie rule, it is logarithmic function. So first function will be log x and the second function will be 1. So after applying integration by parts, we will get log x into integration of 1 dx minus integration of derivative of first, that is derivative of log x into integration of second, that is integration of 1 dx into dx. Here this bracket completes. Then after, x into log x whole bracket square minus 2 into log x remains as it is. Integration of 1 dx is x minus integration remains as it is. Derivative of log x is 1 upon x into integration of 1 dx is x into that dx remains as it is. Then this term remains as it is. Minus 2 into log x into x, I can write denominator x get cancelled with numerator x, then the term remains is integration of 1 dx. And after solving this, we will get x into log x whole bracket square minus here is a bracket, so minus 2 is in multiplication. So I multiply this minus 2 through the bracket, then it will be minus 2 into x log x, minus into minus plus 2 into integration of 1 dx, that is x. Now the bracket is completed. Now all the terms of integration are over. So here is plus integration constant c. Thank you. Question 7 from question number 1 of exercise 3.3. Here the question is integration of sec cube x dx. Now friends, first step is denote the given integration problem by letter I, so that I is equals to integration of sec cube x dx. We don't have any type of formula for integration of sec cube x dx. So how to solve this problem? If we observe that, we will observe that here is only one step, sec cube x is present. But friends, I have a suggestion that if we write this function as sec cube x as sec x into sec square x dx. Why I have chosen it? Because we have the formula for integration of sec square x dx, that is tan x. So while applying integration by parts here, we have to choose this function as second function, so that our first function will be sec x, and after applying integration by parts, we will write it as first function, that is sec x, into integration of second function, that is integration of sec square x dx, minus integration of derivative of first, that is derivative of sec x, into integration of second, integration of sec square x dx into dx. Friends, one more thing, friends, the most important thing is that how I choose this function as a second function, because integration of sec square x dx, that is tan x, this term is present, so that we choose sec square x as a second function. So after solving this, we will get sec x remains as it is, integration of sec square x dx is tan x, minus integration of derivative of sec x is sec x into tan x, into integration of sec square x dx is tan x into this dx for this integration. Now after this step, sec x into tan x remains as it is, minus integration of sec x into tan x is tan square x, into dx remains as it is. Now this remains as it is, minus integration of, friends, here sec x remains as it is, here is the term tan square x, and we have trigonometric identity, that is sec square x minus tan square x is 1. So we can write tan square x as sec square x minus 1 into dx. Now friends, in next term, sec x into tan x remains as it is, minus if we multiply this sec x to this bracket, we will get sec cube x minus sec x, and if we separate this integration, we will get minus integration of sec x into sec square x, that is sec cube x, minus into minus plus sec x into 1, that is integration of sec x dx. Got it? In next step, sec x into tan x remains as it is, minus. Hey friends, if you observe this term, it is integration of sec cube x dx. It is our equation number 1, and this is denoted by I. So this integration of sec cube x dx is again replaced by letter I. From where I have written this term from equation number 1. From equation number 1. Now plus integration of sec x dx. We have formula for the integration of sec x dx is log of mod of sec x plus tan x. Now all the terms of integration has been over, so we have taken this c1 as the integration constant. Now in next term, friends, this right hand side term minus I, if I take this term to the left hand side is also I, so I plus I, it is 2I, and the remaining terms are written as it is here, sec x into tan x plus log of mod of sec x plus tan x plus c1. Now friends, we have required the answer for I only, that is I is integration of sec cube x dx. So this 2 which is in multiplication with I, if I take out this 2 from here, after dividing both terms both sides by 2, we will get I is equals to 1 upon 2 into sec x into tan x plus log of mod of sec x plus tan x plus c. Here c is c1 upon 2 because after dividing by this 2, this term will be c1 upon 2, which is denoted by capital C now. Okay, we are going to solve question 10 of question first of exercise 3.3. Now here is we have to evaluate integration of e raised to 2x into cos 3x dx. Now here friends, we have to integrate this term. So in first step I have denoted this term by letter I is equals to integration of e raised to 2x into cos 3x into dx. If we observe here, we will observe that here is a multiplication of two terms. First one is exponential and the second one is trigonometric. And there is the integration of this product. So we have to use here integration by parts. And while using integration by parts, we have to choose first and second function. Now friends, if you observe, here is the exponential term e raised to 2x and the second term is trigonometric term. It is always better to take exponential term as a first term when we can take the integration of the second term, that is integration of cos 3x. It is very easy to take integration of cos, that is integration of cos is sine. Is it? So we always choose this cos as a second function, and that is v function, and e raised to 2x will be our first function, that is our u function. And after applying integration by parts, we can write this term as first function, that is e raised to 2x into integration of second function, that is integration of cos 3x dx, minus main integral into derivative of first function, that is derivative of e raised to 2x into integration of second function, that is integration of cos 3x dx into this dx for this main integral. Now after solving this, e raised to 2x into integration of cos, there is a rule for integration of cos, that is ICS. If the sequence remains same, that is integration of cos, then our answer will be plus sign. But if there is if the sequence is not in this proportion, then integration of sine will be minus cos. So you have to keep in mind that ICS, that is integration of cos is sine. So integration of cos 3x is sine 3x. Here the angle is 3x, it is more than x, and whenever there is a function that is more than x, so we have to differentiate that f of x in denominator, that is derivative of 3x, that is 3 remains constant as it is, and derivative of x with respect to x is 1, minus integration of derivative of e raised to 2x, exponential function, that derivative is always exponential function, so that derivative of e raised to 2x is e raised to 2x, but that x, that is not x, it is more than x, it is f of x, and while there is a composite function, we have to take derivative in numerator while taking derivative of composite function, so that here will be derivative of 2x is 2 remains constant as it is, into derivative of x with respect to x is 1, into here integration of cos 3x, ICS, integration of cos is sine, that is integration of cos 3x is sine 3x, but it is not x, it is 3x, it is more than x, it is composite function, and while taking integration, when there is a function more than x or f of x or composite function, we have to take its derivative in denominator, that is derivative of 3x. While taking derivative of 3x, 3 is constant and derivative of x with respect to x is 1 into dx. Now friends, here 3 ones are 3, 1 upon 3 is constant, so I write it in the first term, 1 upon 3 into the remaining terms are e raised to 2x into sin 3x, minus here friends 2 ones are 2 and 3 ones are 3. It is 2 upon 3 is constant here, so I take it outside of integration, that is 2 upon 3 into integration of e raised to 2x into sin 3x into dx. Now friends, here if you observe our second term, it is again the product of two functions, that is e raised to 2x into sin 3x. So we have to again choose our first and second function. I have told you that we have to choose sin 3x is a trigonometric function and we can integrate it very easily. So sin 3x will be our second function, therefore our first function will be e raised to 2x. And after applying integration by parts, we will get 1 upon 3 e raised to 2x into sin 3x remains as it is, minus 2 upon 3 into, now we are going to solve this term and there will be two terms. So we take here close bracket into bracket after applying integration by parts, we can write it as first function, that is e raised to 2x into integration of second, that is integration of sin 3x into dx, minus main integral into derivative of first, that is derivative of e raised to 2x into integration of second, that is integration of sin 3x into dx. Now friends, after solving this term, we will get 1 upon 3 into e raised to 2x into sin 3x remains as it is, minus 2 upon 3 into bracket. Now after solving this term, e raised to 2x will be remain as it is. Now here is integration of sin 3x dx. I have told you that we have to keep in mind that this sequence ICS, if there is integration of cos, it will be plus sign, but it is not integration of cos, it is integration of sin, so that its answer will be minus cos. Therefore integration of sin 3x is minus cos 3x, but here the angle is not x, it is more than x, and whenever there is a composite function, we have to take derivative of this composite function in denominator. So derivative of 3x is 3 and derivative of x with respect to x will be 1, minus integration of derivative of e raised to 2x. Exponential function derivative remains as it is. Therefore, derivative of e raised to 2x is e raised to 2x. But it is 2x. It is not x. It is more than x. Composite function. And whenever we are going to differentiate in a composite function, we have to differentiate that composite function in numerator. So, derivative of 2x will be 2 into derivative of x with respect to x is 1 into integration of sin 3x dx. Integration of sin 3x dx is minus cos 3x. But as it is composite function, so the derivative of 3x will be 3 into 1 into dx. Now friends, in next step, this term remains as it is. Now we will multiply by 2 by 3 to this bracket. Then this bracket will be minus into this minus, it will be plus. 2 remains as it is as a constant, and 3 into this 3. 3 3s are 9. In denominator it will be 9. And the remaining terms are now e raised to 2x into cos 3x. Now here in second term, minus into minus will be plus, and again plus into this minus it will be minus. Now after multiplied by this 2 in numerator, 2 into 2 it will be 4, and in denominator 3 into this 3. 3 3s will be 9. Now remaining terms are this integration e raised to 2x and cos 3x into that dx. Okay friends. Now in second term, 1 by 3 into this term will be remains as it is. This term will also remain as it is. Minus 4 by 9 into, if you observe this term, it will be integration of e raised to 2x into cos 3x dx. And now friends, if you observe this term, this is our equation number 1. Integration of e raised to 2x into cos 3x dx. It is I. This is I. So I replace this term by letter I. And as all the integrations are over here, so we take integration constant C1. Now friends, in next term, we have to find the answer for I. So this is also I's term, so I take this term to left hand side, and left hand side is our I. So after solving this I, and if I take this right hand side term to left hand side, it will be I plus 4 by 9 into I. I take I as a common, and 1 plus 4 by 9. Here I solve that term. 1 plus 4 by 9, it is 13 by 9. After cross multiplying, we will get 13 by 9. So I write it here as 13 by 9 I. It is equals to, now remaining terms are 1 by 3 into e raised to 2x into sin 3x plus 2 by 9 into e raised to 2x into cos 3x plus this C1. Now I have to find answer for I. So I put this I as it is here, and this constant 13 by 9, which is in multiplication with I. If I take this constant to right hand side, it will be 9 upon 13, and after multiplied by 9 upon 13 to right hand side, we will get 9 upon 13 into this first term plus 9 upon 13 into this second term plus 9 upon 13 into this third term. Now after solving this, we will get 3 ones are 3 and 3 3s are 9. It is 3 upon 13. But friends, if you observe that here 1 upon 13 into e raised to 2x, this term is also in this first term, and 1 upon 13 into e raised to 2x is also in second term. So I take that term common, 1 upon 13 into e raised to 2x. And The remaining terms are now 1 upon 13 into e raised to 2x goes as a common. So remaining term is 3 3s are 9. 3 into sin 3x plus here 9 get cancel. 1 upon 30 is taken as a common. So now here remaining terms are 2 into cos 3x plus, and this term 9 upon 13 into c1 is taken as a constant capital C. Here is our answer. Okay friends. Now question 13. Here the first step is let I is equals to given problem, that is integration of log x upon x into dx. Here I have observed that here is a term log x and one more term, that is 1 upon x into dx. It is the derivative of log x. Derivative of log x is 1 upon x. So firstly I will replace this log x by t. Replace log x by t. After differentiating both sides, we will get derivative of log x is 1 upon x and derivative of t is dt upon dx. So I take this dx to this left hand side. So it is in numerator now. Now after putting these terms in this equation, we will get I is equals to integration of log x is replaced by t. Log x is replaced by t, log t into 1 upon x into dx. 1 upon x into dx is dt. So it is dt. Integration of log t dt. Now here, integration of log t dt. I take 1 in multiplication into log t, and now this problem is it is function log and this is algebraic function. Here is a product of two different functions and there is the integration of this function. And while taking the integration of product of two functions, we have to use integration by parts. And for that, our first function, by using light rule, our first function will be log t and the second function will be 1. After applying integration by parts, we can write this term as first function, that is log t, into integration of second function, that is integration of 1 dt, minus integration of derivative of first function, that is derivative of log t, into integration of second function, that is integration of 1 dt into dt. Now after solving this term, log t remains as it is into integration of 1 dt, it is t, minus this integration remains as it is derivative of log t, it is 1 upon t, into integration of 1 dt, it is t, into this dt remains as it is. Now friends, this t into log t remains as it is, minus t get cancelled, so the term remains is integration of 1 dt. So t into log t minus integration of 1 dt is t, and as our integrations are completed here, so here is integration constant plus c. Now friends, this t is a substitution taken by us, so we replace this substitution. What is t? T is log x, so replace this t by log x. Now this term will be log x into log of t is replaced by log x, log of log x minus t is replaced by log x plus c. In both this term log x is common, so after taking log x as common, we will get I is equal to log x into log of log x minus 1 plus c. Here now question 15 is integration of cos of root x into dx. So our first term will be let I is equal to given problem, that is integration of cos of root x into dx. Here how can you solve this problem? Here I am going to tell you one method, that is I will replace this root x by t. So after squaring we will get x is equal to t square, and after differentiating we will get dx upon dt. Dx is equal to derivative of t square is 2t, and this dt after taking here we will get 2t into dt. Now replace putting both these substitution in this equation, we will get I is equal to integration of cos root x. Root x is now replaced by t, cos t into dx. Dx is now replaced by 2t into dt. Now this problem is after taking these two constant as a common, so 2 into integration of this t is written as first function t into cos t into dt. Now friends, there is a product of two different functions t and cos t, and there is its integration. So we have integration by parts. For that we have to find our first and second function. So by using light rule, we will get t as an algebraic function and cos t as trigonometric function. So t is our first function and cos t is our second function. So after applying integration by parts, we will get 2 is outside this integral, so that 2 remains as it is. And after applying integration by parts, we will get first function into integration of second function, that is t into integration of cos t dt, minus integration of derivative of cos, that is derivative of t, into integration of second, integration of cos t dt into dt. Now friends, to remain as it is, t into integration of cos, ICS, integration of cos is sin, so integration of cos t dt is sin t, minus derivative of t with respect to t is 1, it is 1 into integration of cos t dt is sin t, into that dt is here. Now this 2 into t into sin t remains as it is, minus here is 1 into sin t is sin t, and integration of sin t dt, it is minus cos t, and as the terms of integration are over, so here is integration constant plus c. Now replace this t by our substitution, that is t is root x. So after replacing this t by root x, it will be 2 into root x into sin of root x minus into minus plus cos of t is replaced by root x plus c. Here is the solution. I am going to solve question number 20. Here our first step will be, let I is equals to given problem, that is I is equals to integration of x into sin 2x into cos 5x into dx. Now friends, if you observe that here are 3 terms in multiplication, but the 2 terms are trigonometric terms, and we have some formulas for multiplication of trigonometric functions, so I will apply it here. Now I am going to make an adjustment, very simple adjustment, that is I put 2 here, so it will be 2 into, I will write this term first, cos 5x into, and this term in last, 2 into cos 5x into sin 2x, and for balancing these two, as this 2 is in numerator, so I had also take a 2 in denominator in multiplication. Okay, so this 2 is balanced. Now friends, after making this substitution, I will get this term will be 2 into cos A into sin B. We have formula for that, 2 cos A into sin B, and the formula is sin of A plus B minus sin of A minus B. And after applying that formula, I will write this term as 1 upon B is constant, so 1 upon B into integration of x. Now this term is 2 into cos A into sin B. While writing this term, always keep in mind that always put this bigger angle in first term and the smaller angle in second term, so that the formula application is very easy. Now this term is 2 into cos A into sin B, and the formula for that term is sin of A plus B, that is sin of 5x plus 2x minus sin of A minus B, sin of A minus B is 5x minus 2x into dx. Now this term will be 1 by 2 into x into sin of 7x minus sin of 3x into dx. Now after multiplying by this 1 by 2 to this term, we will get 1 by 2 into integration of, and we will also multiply this x to this bracket, then this term will be after applying, after separating integration also, this term will be integration of x into sin 7x into dx minus 1 by 2 into integration of x into sin 3x into dx. Now friends, if we observe both this term, we will observe that there is a product of 2 different terms, that is first one is x and the second one is sin 7x. It means that the product of algebraic and trigonometric function, and when there is a product of 2 different functions, we have to use integration by parts for taking integration. So after applying integration by parts, we will get this 1 by 2 remains as it is, 1 by 2 into integration of x into sin 7x into dx. So here x is algebraic and sin 7x is trigonometric. By light rule, x comes algebraic comes first. So our first function will be x and the second function will be sin 7x. So after applying integration by parts, it is first function x into integration of second function, that is integration of sin 7x minus integration of derivative of first, that is derivative of x into integration of sin 7x into dx. Now this term minus 1 by 2 remains as it is into. Here is also the same integration of x into sin 3x into dx. So after applying integration by parts, we will get first function x into integration of sin 3x into dx minus integration of derivative of first, that is derivative of x into integration of sin 3x into dx. Now after solving this stuff, we will get 1 by 2 remains as it is, x into integration of sin is minus cos. It is minus cos, but the angle is 7x. So after minus cos 7x, the derivative of 7x in denominator is 7. Then minus remains as it is integration of derivative of x with respect to x is 1, that is there, into integration of sin 7x dx is minus cos 7x, as it is composite function, so the derivative of 7x is 7 in denominator. Next, minus 1 by 2 remains as it is there, into bracket x into integration of sin 3x dx is minus cos 3x upon, as it is composite function, so derivative of 3x is 3, minus derivative of x with respect to x is 1 into integration of sin 3x is minus cos 3x, as it is composite function, so derivative of 3x is 3, that is in denominator. So now after multiplying by this 1 by 2 to this bracket, we will get 1 upon 2 7 are 14, plus into minus, minus x into cos 7x, minus into minus plus 1 upon and this is in multiplication, so 1 1s are 1 and 2 7s are 14, minus into minus plus, remaining terms are integration of cos 7x dx. After multiplying by this minus 1 by 2 to this bracket, we will get minus into minus, this will be plus 1 upon 2 3s are 6 into x into cos 3x, minus into minus plus, plus into minus, again minus, 1 1s are 1 upon 2 3s are 6 into integration of cos 3x dx. Now friends, here will be minus 1 by 14 into x cos x, remains as it is, plus 1 upon 14 into, there is integration of cos 7x dx. Integration of cos is sine, so it is sin 7x, but as it is composite function, so derivative of 7x is 7, plus 1 upon 6 into x into cos 3x, 1 upon 6 into x into cos 3x, minus 1 upon 6 into integration of cos 3x, it is sin 3x, but as it is composite function, so the derivative of 3x is 3 in denominator, plus as all the terms of integrations are over here, so that there is integration constant plus c. Now friends, our final answer will be minus 1 by 14 into this term, plus 1 upon 14 7s are 98 into sin 7x, plus 1 upon 6 into cos 3x remains as it is, minus 1 upon 6 3s are 18 into sin 3x plus c. Here is the solution of this problem.